Hello again, and welcome back to another episode of Advanced Minecraft on 2B2T, the world's worst server, or at least a world download of Advanced Minecraft on 2B2T, since it is basically impossible for me to create content on the actual server due to the queue and other issues. But what we have here is a base called Winterdeep, built by my good friend Darktakanuva in 2024. It was recently abandoned in January of 2025 when Ocean's Anomalous was griefed, as it is fairly close to that base. I've created, I'm reading a book here that describes some of the details that you could pause and read if you're interested in more of the information about this base. But there's a couple things to note. First, my audio did not record when I started recording this base, so unfortunately I have to dub over it, which is going to make it, a little bit inauthentic, but I will try to keep the spirit of the video as best as it was. And secondly, this base was, of course, because it is Anarchy Minecraft, dug out mostly by hand. The section of stone here next to the front gate was dug out by hand and then repurposed for the mountain that slopes to the side. And Darktakanuva has given me some details about his inspiration for this base. Now, I can start by saying this reminds me a lot of my base Zeril's Tier, or at least what I had envisioned hoping to create at Zeril's Tier many years ago. A sort of Dwarven mountain forge that it definitely is inspired by the Mines of Moria in Lord of the Rings as well. But the front gate here is inspired by a song that Darktakanuva liked called Winterdeep. And that is both the name of the base as well as inspiration for the primary gate here. What we will do is we're going to go ahead and take a look. Obviously, because of the griefing of Ocean's Anomalous, the base remained unfinished, but you can see that we'll explore what is there. There's three main parts: the front gate, the stairwell leading down, and then the massive, very impressive Dwarven hallway below. Now, as can be expected from any base that's in progress, there are a few farms, helpful machines that will help you, generate tools or materials for your building. And of course, in front of the gate, there are a couple of villager breeders here that, I marginally understand the purpose of iron farms, essentially. But I'm not going to spend too much time looking into those. Everybody here watching this video understands that shit better than I do. So I'm just going to move on. And of course, there's, food farms here as well, and an AFK fishing area, which is basically a requirement on any Anarchy Minecraft server. We even had one on Simcraft. But moving on, there are some signs right in front of the gate, and we'll just stop to read them. It's Welcome to Winterdeep, a work-in-progress build by Darktakanuva. Nothing here is a stash. All chests are full of blocks that have been mined by hand and are needed for the build. If you find this place, feel free to look around, stop by again once it's complete to make use of the farms that will be here. Now, I missed a key component of opening this door when I walked in, and I thought, do I have to break it down? That seems inappropriate. There's got to be a way in. Maybe it's around the side. No, in fact, there was a little button in the front, and once I found that and clicked it, we were on our way. Look at that. Exactly what I was originally expecting. A nice door opening animation. And I thought it might automatically close behind me at first, but of course, it makes way more sense to have a button on this side that will close the door for you. So here we are in the entrance hall and the stairwell leading down into the build proper. I stopped to admire the statues here, the suits of armor with, the upgrades on them to just kind of give them an extra little bit of life, of art. And then there's the steps that go up here, another button door. And this was really cool, this balcony that overlooks the front of the base. And you can barely tell, how it fits in that you could walk up on the palisades there. So I stopped to look a little bit at the the items that were left behind in this world download, and then the stairwell continues identically on the other side, back down to the main stairwell, and then proceeded to go down the main stairs. Now, on both sides, you could see these statues of dwarven soldiers lining the halls. These hanging braziers, really just incredibly done here. Even a vet banner hanging from the walls to remind you of Darktakanuva's allegiances. But yeah, the detail here is incredible, and it's a shame that the base was unfinished because it kind of cuts off here at the bottom, and I assume the intention was to go around and enter into the main hallway down below. So I stopped to look around for a bit here before realizing that I had once again missed a very obvious entrance. Right there at the base of the stairwell was an elevator, one going down, one going up. Obviously the one going down is a fall into a water type situation. So down I went. And from here, this is the main digging area where Darktakanuva dug out to collect all the resources needed to construct this massive build. And you can see I stopped to look at the almost unbreakable blocks that are in the ancient city here, the ancient city reinforced deep slate, and then went over to the storage area here. All of this mined by hand for the build. And there's a little sign here that tells you, please don't steal. It's for build, not a stash. But then there's also, some buckets of axolotls and horse armor. But again, most of it is, of course, for the build. Some scope sensors and coal and ore and things. So then we moved on into the main chamber. Now, unfortunately, the effect of entering this is a bit spoiled by the fact that it was unfinished. But when you come down that stairwell, you will be greeted with this absolutely massive, hauntingly dark rendition of the Mines of Moria from the Lord of the Rings movie. These massive, intricate dwarven stone pillars and a central dwarven structure with a hammer symbol. And just the light work here, as well as the ornate carvings, is really spectacular. And I spent quite a bit of time wandering around here looking, that I'll cut short. But the effect of it looking like it goes on forever into the darkness is really great. And then, entering this main area here, we have some cats. Cats and dogs, some unfinished work here. Apparently there was going to be a creeper farm just ahead as well. But we've got, the deep slate and smooth basalt and such that was needed for the build. And then the sign up here says, creeper farm and decoration coming soon. But Darktakanuva did want me to mention that one of the logos in the Great Hall, the one of the sort of like a dragon's head with a coil around it, is inspired by Deep Rock Galactic, the Scale Brigade items. I will point that out when we see it again. But just looking up into this chamber gives you this, epic feeling that I felt could only be fully appreciated by floating up to the top and looking down. I didn't have any rockets on me. I could have spawned some in and float around, but I probably would have wound up killing myself, and doing that would have sent me back to spawn, which would not render. So probably for the best that I just spectator mode it. And I love the little diamond patterns on the light on the floor. Looks like there was a leftover spawner there as well. And then we flew in between the main structure and one of the supporting pillars, which, inside and out has, some decoration in it as well, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so then looking around, you get the full effect again. That there is the Scale Brigade symbol above the hammer. Yeah, right there. Actually, I guess it is supposed to be a dragon's head. That would imply the scales. And then I spotted this little thing over here, this cool little Easter egg. Half of a amethyst geode just nestled into the darkness surrounding the tunnel. I thought that was really, really cool effect. especially lit up like that. Whereas the rest of the walls are just, pitch blackness, going on into infinity. But I really love the way the light effect works. And then, since I was in spectator mode, I floated outside so you could get a good look at the build and what was done, where within the server you had to, dig out around it. All these little crisscrossing caves in the middle of an ancient city and all that, no less. Which I'm sure was intentional to get the resources that Darktakanuva needed to build it. And with that, I decided it was time to say goodbye to Winterdeep. So I went back up the stairwell and took the elevator back up and went up to the top of the build. After one last glance behind at the Scale Brigade symbol and the hammer, and, refilling my hunger bar, which was rapidly depleting from all the flying around. It's exactly what I had envisioned for Zeril Zentir when I built it many, many, many years ago, before McNeo decided to leak it on me due to completely not my fault situation involving my Discord. Not bitter. It's, sandcastles and all that. And it let me then go up to Radius and build there with some close friends. But, yeah, this is an incredibly good version of a Dwarven Citadel done in an Anarchy Minecraft server, and it always impresses me, the skill, not just at the time and effort it takes to build something like this, but the attention to detail, the artistic eye that I would never have. I will never be able to build something that looks this good. I'm just impressive if I build a house that doesn't look like dirt and wood shit. Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your views and your time, and I hope that you guys will join me again on Advanced Minecraft on 2B2T. I'll see you next time.